Thank you.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the meeting of let's see, what's the date? August 13th. Meeting of the Elkhart Board of Zoning Appeals. If you are joining by video, your microphone will be automatically muted and your video will not be on when you enter the meeting. Please make sure you use both with your first name and last name. If you would like to speak, you must click on the raised hand action and wait to be called on in order to alert our IT attendant to unmute your speaker and turn on your video, which is necessary if you want to take part in the meeting. When you begin to speak, speak up and identify yourself before proceeding. When speaking, petitioner, public, and board members, make sure your mic is on and speak into it. And that's particularly important if we're talking about the mic there. Make sure that you pull it down or pull it up based on your height. The purpose of this meeting is to review and consider all requests for relief from any standard in the zoning ordinance, including variances, use variances, special exceptions, conditional use requests, and administrative appeals. All of the cases heard tonight will have a positive, negative, or no decision made by the board. If no decision is made, the petition will be set for another hearing. If a decision is made that you disagree with, either as the petitioner or an interested party, you must file for an appeal of the board's decision no later than 30 days after the decision is made. That appeal must be filed in an appropriate court, not with the board. If you file your appeal later than 30 days after the decision of this board or give no written appearance tonight, you may not appeal the board's decision. If you think you may potentially want to appeal a decision of this board, you must give this board a written appearance before the hearing. If you are here in person, a sign-in sheet is provided which will act as an appearance. You must sign the sheet if you want to speak, and you must sign the sheet if you want to appeal our decision. A written petition that is set for the hearing tonight satisfies the appearance requirement for the petitioner. Because the rules on appeal are statutory and specific on what you can do, the board recommends that you seek legal advice. If you are the petitioner, in addition to filing an appeal, you may first file a motion for rehearing within 14 days of the board's decision. With respect to the public comment portion of the meeting, public comments will be taken only on the specific petition being heard before the board. Unlike city council meetings where there is a time for anyone to comment on any issue, we do not have that at the BZA, and comments will only be taken for or against the petition for the board. At this time, we'll take the roll call.
Lightman. Here. Lindley.
Oh, Anne?
I think you're muted.
IT, I think you need to unmute Anne Lindley. Okay, Anne, I think you're muted on your side, maybe. Can you unmute you? No? Okay, well, give us a thumbs up if you're here. Does that work?
Okay.
Okay.
And the volume's turned up in here.
Yeah, IT says it is. Oh, there. I think I just heard her. Anne, say something.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, okay. Okay, all right.
And our volumes up in here?
Okay, okay.
Maggie said that. doesn't work.
Thumbs up won't work. Yeah.
Annie, you can probably hear me. Can you nod if you can hear me? All right. Because we can see Mrs. Lindley, but we cannot hear Mrs. Lindley, she will be unable to vote this evening or participate. I'm sorry. So we have a member who has come to serve in her stead in case there were technical difficulties. And in the circumstance, I'm glad we did. So unless we can figure out Mrs. Lindley's microphone, and I'm not thinking we're going to be able to, she will be unable to participate this evening. So it would just be the 4 members here in person.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. So Anne, if, I don't know what to tell you, about your mic. So, okay. Yep. Can't read lips. Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Newbill?
Let's continue with the roll.
Yep, Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Here.
and Evangelista.
Here. All right. Next, we will take care of the election of officers. We have the secretary, the position of secretary that we will be voting on tonight. And our candidate for secretary is Rick Newbill, and we need a roll call on that.
Okay. Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Evangelista.
Yes, we can finally take this off the agenda. Yes.
Thank you.
That's great. Okay, Eric, we've got some changes to our agenda.
Staff is requesting that 26 UV 19 for 1125 Thornton Street be tabled until next month, the September meeting.
Okay, all right, thank you. At this time, we would like to, do we have to vote on that?
We have to vote on my request and then vote on amended agenda.
Vote on what then?
We have to vote on the request to table and then vote on the amended agenda.
Okay, all right. All right, let's vote on the,
Separate, correct?
yes, two separate. Okay, so let's vote on,
Okay, I move to modify the agenda tonight and take out and table UV 19.
second?
Second. Second. Third.
No, now we vote.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Evangelista.
Yes. Okay, now we need a second motion,
I move to approve amending the agenda for this.
the amended agenda.
The amended agenda.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Second?
I second.
Okay.
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Evangelista.
Yes. Okay, now we are looking at the minutes for July 9th, 2026. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call?
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Evangelista.
Yes. And finally, approval of the proofs of publication. I need a motion to approve those.
I move to approve.
A second.
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Evangelista.
Yes. All right. Okay, we will go to new business and we have 26-UV-18.
The petitioners are Mary and Peter Graber. The site location is 3030 Benham Avenue. The request is to vary from section 6.2 permitted uses in the R3 two-family dwelling district to allow for the structure at 3030 Benham Avenue to be used for the purpose of providing 24-hour residential care and support for individuals on an ongoing basis as a single residential unit.
Could we have the petitioner, please?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Peter Graber, and I'm here to petition the board as stated by Eric. We started this process in 2005 when my wife and our daughter Emily has cerebral palsy and other developmental issues and uses a wheelchair. And we knew that she eventually would need to live on her own away from us in our home. So we decided to build a home that we could live in with her, that had space for also a caregiver to live in the home, that later could be used as a home for a number of people like her. The common term is group home. Technically, it's not a group home. That's a special thing that the Division of Family and Social Services, it's a special designation. It's a supported living home, meaning the residents that live there each has a lease in the property. They share as roommates in that lease, and ADEC staff or whatever or agency is working with them provides support for them to live independently. So not quite living independently, but they're living in a supported way where they couldn't live independently if they were by themselves. And so that each person doesn't have to have a caregiver living with them, they can share a caregiver by living together in a setting like this. So that was the idea when we started out, and we thought we had everything in place to do that with the zoning and the permits and the way it was built and all that sort of thing. But as it turns out, we don't. So now we're making the petition to allow us to use it in that format. It's already being used that way. And there are currently 7 residents, and there will likely be an eighth resident soon. There are 8 rooms, eight bedrooms, and 3 common areas in the house and things like that. So we hope to be able to have this go through. It doesn't really increase the number of people that are living there from the time that we lived there, because we had family lived there and caregivers and other people that were living there. And its house is built for that. And the only issue is parking. And since none of the residents drive, we're okay there.
Okay, all right. Are there any questions?
Well,
For the
that was my
petitioner?
question. How many cars could you get in there? But nobody drives, so that's a good sign.
So there are 4 garage spaces that are open and 1 that I've got my shop in. So there could be 4 cars in the garage, and then there's more spaces in the driveway. Right now, we have Emily's van parked in the garage, and the staff members that come to work there park in the driveway. And then there's also another van that the residents use parked in the garage.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the property. I just live around the corner and it's well
Okay.
kept.
Yeah.
I drove by the property the other day and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really is very nice.
We miss living there.
Okay, any other questions? All right. You may sit down. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone that would like to speak for the petitioner? Anyone that would like to speak against the petitioner? Okay, staff?
Again, the petitioner is requesting a use variance to allow for an existing structure to be used for the purpose of providing 24-hour residential care and support for individuals on an ongoing basis as a single residential unit. The current living arrangement of 8 people in a sheltered living home type scenario is not permitted use as referenced in the R3 2-family dwelling district in section 2 of the permitted uses. This request was brought to the attention of the zoning staff when the landowner applied for rental registration. The home on Benham provides, again, 24-hour care for residents in a permanent living situation. The adult child of the petitioner and 7 other individuals share living accommodations as a single family unit. Care is provided with care providers coordinated through ADEC. The residents also share caregivers within the home. This dwelling has and will maintain the appearance of a detached single family dwelling. The dwelling was constructed in 2006. On the main level, there are 4 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms on the lower level with a total of 6 full bathrooms. The home is equipped with an elevator and 2 living areas, one on the main and one on the lower level. The property also has a second smaller kitchen in the lower level as well. The dwelling is in a mature neighborhood with adjacent structures ranging in age from 20 to 70 years old. This home, which is sited on the east side of Benham Avenue, shares a parcel size similar to that of neighboring properties, approximately 1/2 acre. To the east of the dwelling is land owned by the Elkhart Water Utility, which houses a water tower supplying drinking water to the city. And the west side of Benham is occupied by the campus of the Anabaptist Mennonite Biblical Seminary. The current zoning ordinance does not have a use category that fits this specific type of living situation. The closest current comparison would be a sheltered living home. The definition of a sheltered living home emphasizes a third party providing care for the facility and individuals living in a dwelling rather than just providing support services to the residents living in the home. This request offered the staff an opportunity to find the best fit in the zoning ordinance for an existing use. The appearance of the dwelling and operation of the home provide for favorable and continued situation in the neighborhood. This process will allow the petitioner to bring the use into compliance. Staff supports the request. The board is being asked to approve the use variance associated with this project. Therefore, the staff recommends approval of the use variance based on the following findings of fact. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community because the structure will be inspected to ensure that it is built to all applicable code requirements. Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because the majority of the surrounding uses are residential and are residential structures. Number three, granting the variance would be consistent with the intent and purpose of this ordinance because a small measure of relief when uniquely warranted. Number four, special conditions and circumstances do exist which are peculiar to the land involved and which are not applicable to other lands or structures in the same district because without board action, this residential use on this parcel would not be permitted. Number five, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because providing for a specific guideline of this use is not easily achieved without both adjacent structures used residentially and an ownership of the dwelling as a private landowner, not the managed care organization. Number six, the special conditions and circumstances do result from an action or inaction by the applicant because the property owner actively applied for rental registration in efforts to bring the property into compliance. And number seven, the property does not lie within a designated flood hazard area. There were 8 letters mailed, 2 returned in favor, 1 with comments that this will be an asset to the community.
Question, Eric.
Mhm.
What happens if the ownership changes? Does this stay with?
The use variance would stay with the property.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. All right, do I have? Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Senior moment.
Sure. I move to approve 26 UV 18 and adopt the petitioner's documents and presentation together with the staff's finding of fact as the board's findings of fact in the present petition. And there are no conditions.
Second. Second,
A second.
thank you. Roll call?
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Avanja Rakoff.
Yes. Very good. Well, continue your good work. We do appreciate it. Okay. 26 BZA 18.
The petitioner is Grant Street LLC. The site location is 2223 Grant Street. The request is to vary from requirements found in section 26.7.C.7 pedestrian access, which states in part, for new construction on vacant land, both a public sidewalk as per city standards and the required designed pedestrian connections shall be installed. to allow for no public sidewalks.
Yes, if you could come up and tell us what you'd like to do.
Well, thank you. My name is Mike Shedevy, and I'm the owner of the property at 223 Grant Street. We just finished new construction there, which obviously there's a requirement then to put in a sidewalk. Grant Street, where my property is at, is about a half-mile long street. On that half-mile long street, there are no other lots that are going to be constructed going forward, so the whole street is built out. There are no sidewalks on any of the other street or any of the other properties on that section of Grant Street on either side of the street. And my property is right in the middle of Grant Street there. So if I was going to put in a sidewalk, it would literally go nowhere. There are large growth trees and utilities that are along the roadway there that I'd have to look at moving and relocating. And so my ask is to have a variance to not put in a sidewalk and match essentially the other 30 properties that are on that half-mile strip of Grant Street.
Okay. Any questions for the petitioner?
Question.
My major question is, why wouldn't this just be grandfathered?
It's in the new UDO stuff, I think.
It's what now?
I believe it's in the new UDO stuff. It's part of.
It
the
is.
ongoing
It
development
is.
of the city.
They are,
Yeah.
in the new UDO, they're looking at having sidewalks. And sidewalks are a great thing.
I agree, except for sidewalks to nowhere.
If you have people to walk on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I think, any other questions? No. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. You can sit down. Okay, is there anyone that would like to speak for the petitioner? Anyone that would like to speak against the petitioner? Okay. Staff?
The petitioner wishes to vary from the requirements found in section 26.7.c.7 pedestrian access, which states in part, for new construction on vacant land, both a public sidewalk as per city standards and the required designated pedestrian connection shall be installed to allow for no public sidewalk. The petitioner built a house which was completed earlier this year on one of the last remaining vacant tracts of land within the Bayview subdivision south of East Bristol Street. There are 2 or 3 vacant lots remaining throughout the subdivision. This subdivision was established in the 1950s, with most of the homes being built in the late 50s. The site that is a part of this request is along Grant Street, where no adjoining sidewalks currently exist. The nearest public sidewalks that are along Grant Street are on the western side of Osceola Road. Staff recognizes the concern posed by the petitioner in the submitted materials around the lack of sidewalks in the neighborhood and along Grant Street. However, this circumstance is not unlike many of the circumstances in the city where development has occurred over time. Even this subdivision is evident where sidewalks exist in some areas and others there is not. Sidewalks provide design places for pedestrians and allow for separation of pedestrians from automobile traffic. Part of living in a more urban area includes the urban elements, which include sidewalks. In building on the work of Aspire Elkhart, the installation of sidewalks in our neighborhoods connects with the 4 pillars of the Initiative for Public Safety, Infrastructure, quality of place, and neighborhoods in which the city is working hard to develop across the city among city departments. The connecting neighborhoods with sidewalks is part of the bigger plan of bringing improvements and increasing walkability. Staff recommends denial of this variance. Staff recommends denial of the developmental variance to vary from the requirements found in section 26.7.c.7. Pedestrian access, which states in part for new construction on vacant land, both a public sidewalk as per city standards and the requested designated pedestrian connection shall be installed to allow for no public sidewalk based on the following findings of fact. Number one, the approval will be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community because it is necessary to establish standards regulating off-street parking, pedestrian movement, and in part for the enrichment of the community. Number two, the use and value of the area adjoining to the property will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner because the public sidewalk is part of the public infrastructure within the city. Number three, granting the variance would be consistent with the intent and purpose of this ordinance because a measure of relief is allowed when warranted. Number four, special conditions and circumstances do not exist which are particular to the land involved and which are not applicable to other land or structures in the same district because the public sidewalk in question could have been installed at the time of construction. Number five, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will result in practical difficulty in the use of the property because the public sidewalk in question could have been installed at the time of construction. Number six, the special conditions and circumstances do result from action or inaction by the applicant because the petitioner chose not to install the sidewalk and has filed for relief from the requirement. Number seven, the property does not lie within a designated flood hazard area. There was 26 letters sent out, 2 mail responses, and those 2 both were in favor and both with comments. With the first comments.
So when you say in favor, they were in favor of the petitioner?
Yes,
Okay.
of their request for no sidewalks. So the first one just simply said, I'm in favor of no sidewalks. And it is written, the installation of a sidewalk would interfere with the trees next to the road and would also cut into the landscape hedges and water supply connection and sewer at our property. We do not wish to have a sidewalk installed on our side of the street. And then the other one that was in favor was there are no other sidewalks on the street between Oslo Road and Bristol. It would look out of place to add this one in this area only. And then there was 2 phone calls received, and the note that I have from the 4th of this month says the rest of the block does not have sidewalks. It would look weird for one of the houses only to have one. And then caller 2 does not, and then I guess the second caller does not want a sidewalk. It would have to remove trees and landscaping. The water line may be affected.
All right. Well, again, I have a friend that lives on Grant, and so I've been on that street often, but I did drive by it again just to make sure there weren't any other sidewalks on that slice, that eastern side of Oslo, of Grant, and there are no other sidewalks there. It's a very green area. I mean, it's beautiful. Is your house close to the Eagle's Nest there? I thought it was. I thought it was. It just, this isn't a question to you. I guess I'm just running off and blah, blah, blah. But it's a beautiful green neighborhood with no sidewalks.
I have a couple questions for
Sure.
staff, if that's okay. Are there any plans set in motion for sidewalks to go in from the city right now?
Currently, I'm not aware
Okay.
of that area at this moment.
And then in the past, when we've had these variance requests come up to us, don't we put conditions in if the city installs a sidewalk, then they are responsible financially for it? Is that something we've done in the past?
I think so.
I feel
Have
like-
we?
I feel like
Have
we
we, Eric?
have.
That if the city put in the whole neighborhood, they would have to pay for theirs and no one else
I
is?
think they would not object to the sidewalk. I think
That was it.
The last was the
That
last.
was it. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, when you're saying that, so are they paying for the material and the city pays for the labor? Or how'd that work?
In that circumstance, that would be a municipal project.
Okay, my next question, I'm sorry, she still had a question.
No. Go
Okay,
ahead.
the other question is, you said there's some vacant lots. So how many other vacant lots are close to this lot?
The vacant lots are along East Bristol.
I don't think there are any more
Oh, there are
vacant
no-
lots on
There-
Grant.
Okay,
not
there's no
on
more-
Grant, they're on
Yeah.
East Bristol.
No
Yeah.
other homes to be built.
Yeah,
Part of the subdivision.
You're the last one to build in there, aren't you?
That's what I'm wondering. Other parcels.
Okay. Okay, so the last time we did this, what we said was that they would not object if the city was going to pay for and put in sidewalks. Okay. I don't know. That seems like we were reaching. I don't know why we'd have to do that.
Okay.
Do you feel more comfortable if we do something like that?
The reality is that you're going to see more of these every month.
I know it.
And
And we'll take them case by case, Eric. And this neighborhood is so green and there is not one other side. We will take them case by case. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I agree. Mhm.
Okay. Now, my question still stands though. Do you feel more comfortable with some kind of condition put on this
If we were to approve.
if we were to agree with the petitioner?
we have placed a condition similar to that in past circumstances. To me, it's not necessarily making me feel better, but it is one way to address the situation, that when the time comes that the municipality decides to do a public infrastructure project, that this homeowner would not object to that activity going through their public right of way.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to make a motion if we're ready.
We need a motion. Yes.
Okay. I move to approve variance 26 BZA 18 and adopt the petitioner's documents and presentation as the findings of fact in the present petition with no conditions.
With no condition.
No conditions.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Lightman,
I know.
If I want the condition, do I deny and then we
If you get to vote, if you get the,
Well,
Majority.
how would we bring it up to another vote, though? If we want the condition?
You have a motion and a second. You vote on that. If it does not pass, then you can have another motion with a condition.
Okay.
Okay. I am a no.
new bill,
I don't understand what you're doing.
We're saying,
we're voting on my motion that says no conditions.
Okay. Mine's no.
Osborne,
I say yes.
Avondra Rickoff,
no.
Okay.
Okay.
I move to approve 26 BZA 18 and adopt the petitioner's documents and presentation as the finding of fact in the present petition with the condition that if the municipality ever wants to do a sidewalk project, there will be no objection from the owner.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Lightman,
Yes.
new bill,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Avondra Rickoff,
Yes. All right. There we go. So you're all set? And
Actually, do we need him to agree to the terms? Because we never asked the petitioner about.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay.
agree.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Notes.
Okay.
Okay, the next is the staff item. It is a request for reconsideration of a petition you heard at the last meeting. I wanted to, first of all, Maggie Marnoka, the board's attorney.
Maggie, do you need to sign in?
I did.
Okay, good.
Mhm. Yeah. I would like to bring to the board's attention that in the rules of procedure and the explanation that
Mm-hmm.
you gave at the very beginning, a petitioner can file a motion for a rehearing in two cases. First of all, if they want to allege that the board's action was illegal, or second, if they are alleging that they discovered additional material following the hearing. And it's the second reason that the petitioner addressed in his motion or in their motion. As you may remember, the people who came and spoke against brought a number of pictures, diagrams, all of that. The petitioner was not privy to those items. And
Do they have to be, Maggie? Sorry.
the board had them, the petitioner didn't. After the hearing, the petitioner filed an APRA request, a public records request, got those, and that's when they discovered that they had actual photographs and diagrams that dispute what was presented. And so they're asking for a rehearing. They have to present the same petition Staff will have to go through, make whatever recommendation or any conditions. And they'd be able at that time to present the additional information that they realized after the hearing. So, I mean, if the people who were opposed, they could have filed a petition opposing it, and the petitioner would have had all of that information ahead of time, but they didn't, and so that's why. I'm not telling you one way or another. Mr. Langford, one of the petitioners, provided a number of things in his motion. Those can only be considered as far as if you're willing to grant the motion for the rehearing. None of those things are going to apply to your vote if you do give them a rehearing, unless the petitioners then present those documents. Those were sent to you only with regard to will you or won't you agree to a rehearing.
So
They are not allowed to speak on it here. No one is allowed to speak on it here. The only decision you're making is yes, you'll rehear it, or no, you won't.
And that'll be added on next month or today.
It will not be heard today. It will be scheduled for the next meeting.
it'll have to be public and everybody.
Right.
have
It
to
will
know.
be noticed exactly the
Okay.
same. The publication and everything.
So, what we get next month will include all.
No, they can, I know the rules are goofy. What you get next month, that petition will be the exact same
Exact same
petition
thing.
that was sent before.
Yes.
But at the hearing, they can present all of these things.
Langford can show these
Yes.
new.
Correct. Yes, then they will be able to adequately, they will know what's being presented against them, and they will be able to present their rebuttal.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It sounds like we're just starting all over. If we
It could be.
agree. Okay.
Yeah, yes, it would be. It would be,
Back.
yes,
Yeah.
you're right. It would be a totally new rehearing
Yes.
of the
agree.
same petition.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
So, okay.
I'll
Yep.
motion if you want me to.
Well, just a sec. Eric, can you all meet with Langford before this and get back with him and try and get him to come up with some kind of something that his neighbors are going to agree with?
Yes. I'll answer for Eric. Yes.
Yes, he
thank you.
can.
That's all.
Please do
Right,
that.
that's what I'm hoping.
I really wish I mean, you saw those people here. You may have to help this process along.
I would say, we're not going to discuss the petition.
Mhm.
So the
Okay.
board just simply needs to vote on the rehearing. So
Okay.
someone needs a motion to agree to a rehearing.
Okay.
Go.
I like to make a motion on the rehearing of, I don't know this on numbers.
To grant the rehearing.
Grant the rehearing.
I
Yeah,
think that's
it's
all you have to say.
26 BZA 17.
Yeah, 26 BZA-17 for
Perfect.
12 Melrose Manor.
Perfect. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay.
Lightman,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Osborne, Avanja Rickoff,
Yes. Okay. Do I have motion for adjournment? Oh, wait.
I would like to make one announcement this evening. In the audience this evening, we have our new planner, Chris Godlewski. Mr. Godlewski comes from both the public and the private sector. 13 years at Elkhart County and 7 years, give or take, at LaGrange County, as well as the private sector immediately, his immediate prior employment. So you will be seeing Mr. Godlewski probably a little more often in the future than you will be seeing me.
Congratulations, Eric.
Godlewski.
And what's the first name?
Sorry.
What's the first name? I'm sorry.
Chris
Chris?
Godlewski, Godlewski.
Oh, slowly. G-O.
D is in dog,
mhm,
Lewski.
L-E-W-S-K-I.
Yep, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay, Godlewski.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome.
Yes,
you.
welcome.
Look forward to working with you all.
We're looking forward to working with you.
Yep.
We love Eric
Yes, good.
and we will miss him, but we're very happy to have you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Bet.
Great. Okay, do I have motion for adjournment?
Second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Very good. Thank you.
That was the quickest.